Hello everybody. In this screencast we're going to look at using recycler views to solve this assignment. So this homework is very similar to the previous one, which is the BSE calculator. It's exactly the same screens, even when you look at the parts you're getting 0 for everything except the last part. The only difference is the last part, which is view drinks. You see here in view drinks it has now a list. Actually this is the recycler view, and you're able to delete, you're able to sort by alcohol, sort by date added, and stuff like that. So let's see so basically what I did is that the starter app is the previous solution for the previous application. So basically when you go in, you enter the weight, let's say here, set the weight to remind you of this, and then you can add a drink, let's say add a drink, and then you can view drinks. This is what it looked like in the past. Right now we wanted to change this view drinks, so the only difference is view drinks is going to change to have a recycler view here and have these sorts and so on, right? So now what I did is, if you look at the layout, so let me go in and get from the starter application. Let's say I need to get some, let's say here, I need to get from the starter project. I have some files that I didn't include here. Let's see. This is the homework, and this is all going to be posted on GitHub. All right, so here's the source resources. I think under drawable there are these new images. Here it is. I'll copy them. Let me paste them here. Let me paste them in here. App, source, main, resources, and drawable. I'm gonna paste them here. It is. Okay, replace, here we are. Okay, good. So I have the pictures, these pictures already in here. Also this, I don't think I have this one. Maybe let's see how we can get this to show up. I'll try to see how I can get this. And then you have all these images. The trash can is there. So now these are all in the drawable here. So I added them in the system. Now let's go to the layout for view drinks. So I'll go back here to the layout for view drinks and the view drinks fragment application. So basically in the view drinks fragment we had this next and previous and all that stuff we're gonna remove. So basically the next, previous, and the delete buttons, I'm gonna, maybe the delete button, yeah, okay. In delete button maybe I can, alright, so I'm going to just delete all of that code. I don't need it. The cancel I'm going to keep. Display drinks also I'm going to remove. I don't need to display any drinks. I'll have a recycler view here. So all of that stuff goes away. Then it's going to look empty. So basically when you look at the view drinks, I'm going to take that cancel, anchor it to the bottom, remove the constraint at the top, and then boom, that becomes my layout. Here it is. I have my layout here, and that becomes the cancel. So basically I put it at the bottom. Here is the close. I'm going to call it close. Okay, so we go here. We change this to close. All right, and then similarly I need to change the text from maybe in the values in here. I need to create another one here. I'll call it close and close. All right. Okay, go here in the code, and instead of cancel it's going to be close. So it's close. Okay, cool. So then I would like to show these like this, up, down, sort by alcohol. So I have a text view here. Let me make it a little bit bigger. There's the first text view. It's gonna say sort by alcohol. So then this is this one, and this is the common attributes, and I'm gonna click here, string value, sort by alcohol, sort by alcohol. All right, so that's this one. Does it have a quotation mark? Yes. Okay, so this is sort by alcohol percentage. So we want it to say alcohol percentage, as it says here, alcohol percentage colon. We can copy it from here like this, put it here, and then the second one is going to be sort by date added, I think. The date added, okay. Date sort by date added. Here we go. So basically I have the two of them here. We go back to the fragment, sort by alcohol percentage, control V also, and this one this one is going to be here, 0 at the top, maybe 16, just so that we can get it engaged here. We add an image view. Here's the first image view, and it is up or down. Let's see, the down and then up. Okay, good. So here's image view. Okay, here it is. Make it, let's say, 40 dp, and then similarly 40 dp. Here's the first one. Control C, Control V, the other one, and this one is going to be I need the figure to change a little bit, so basically I'll do also an image. Let's go back to the code. So basically ascending, I'll make it IC, okay, IC sort descending, so that we are on the same page. We go back to the design. Here it is, up and down, the same sizes. Okay, here we are, and similarly up and to the side of this, get it a little bit of a margin, and then this guy is going to go here. The top of it is here and the bottom is here, and then we could do this little bit of margin, and here we go. So we have the sort by alcohol percentage, and then the second one is sort by date. Okay, and it could be, maybe put it under here, a little bit of a margin, and then we can copy these two. Okay, so I pasted two of them, didn't paste. Control C, Control V, I can copy it, put it here. Okay, and this goes under here, 0. Okay, so that's the first one. Control C, Control V, and I copied it here. Okay, and 16. Good. So here it is, and then added at, I can put one here and one here, and maybe the last one is here. 1, 2, give it a little bit of a margin, and we're good. So basically I have this one implemented now, and then this one is a recycler view. Okay, so I need a recycler view that fits between these two. So search recycler view, drag and drop, and then I just add the constraints. Here we are, and then this guy goes here, and then this guy goes here, and then parent end of this one needs to go, and this one also needs to go. Maybe I need to move it a little bit to be in the middle here, and then I can set up these constraints correctly. See here, to the top of, to the start of parent, to the end of parent, bottom of the text view, and the top of here. Perfect. So then give it a little bit of margin at the top. Okay, and it's not responding to this margin because of the width and height. So we click once, click twice, make it until it goes to 0 here, and then click again here at 0. It looks a little bit better. Now this guy needs to be under the buttons. So here it is, under the button, and then give it a little bit of margin. So I have, here's the drinks. We have the drinks now at the bottom here, and let's give them some good names. So this one, so basically this is sort ascending, so image view, sort ascending ASC in ascending order by alcohol. Alright, there it is, and then this is descending. So basically this is gonna be sort descending alcohol. All right, so copy that. This one's gonna be sort descending date. Copy this one here, date. Okay, so we have that. This is going to be the recycler view. All right, so I have the recycler view also set up, so we're good here. Does it have binding? Let's see. Do we have binding enabled here? Yes, we have binding enabled. Perfect. So we don't have to worry about find view by ID and so on. So now this is the button. We changed its name to close, so we're good here. Right. So basically, layout should work, but now we also need to create a new layout item, and that's we're going to call it drink row item. Right. So that should display a drink, something like this, right? We need an image for a drink. So I don't know if I had it in the so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new, so I'll go to flaticon.com, and then I could do, I'll look for it, alcohol bottle, maybe that's what I'm looking for here. So one of these. So basically it looks like this with a cup. Okay, it doesn't have to be exactly that, but let's pick something so that we can just move forward with this. Let me pick this one. Okay, so now if you use this in a production application, you definitely have to do the attribution. You see they have attributions, or you have to buy them, right? So anyway, so here is this. I'll call it drink. I see drink. Here it is. I have the here, and I drop it into the drawable. Say okay. So now you see now under the drawable I have a drink item. Here it is. Okay. Now what we are drawing right now is something that should look something like this. Basically a bottle, percentage of alcohol, and then date it was added, and then a delete button. All right. So cool. So now here it is. We go and do an image view to display the drink. Here it is, and we'll make it, let's say 40 dp by 40 dp. Okay, so here is the image. So basically it's this image. Let me put this on the side a little bit so that we could display it. So here it is. It looks something like this. I'll drag this to the side a little bit so that I could. Okay. Okay, perfect. Here it is. And then this guy, I'm gonna drag it a little bit so you could see it. Okay, good. So now here is one, and we're gonna give it a little bit of a margin or a padding. Here it is, split it. Here it is, and we have this as 10. Then we need to add some text views. So this one should go all the way up, all the way to the side, and then add some text views. 1, 2. So basically this one is going to be the percentage of alcohol. So here it is, 1 and 2. Give it a little bit of a margin, and then this one goes all the way here, the top of this one, and that's the alcohol percentage. And this one will go to here, click once, and then click twice, give it a little bit of a margin to the side, and this becomes these two, right? So then they want these to be black, so basically we can change the color and make it black. So basically there is Android black, or from the resources you have black, double click, and here it is. And then similarly here we can click here, from your resources you have a black button, and we're good to go. So we have the two set up to be black, and then we have a text view for the date it was added, right? So I'm going to go in and give it a little bit of a margin. Here it is. And then we add another one, which is another image view for the delete button. Use the image view. Here's the trash can, and let's make this one 26 dp, and similarly 126 dp. So I have the trash icon 1, and then this goes under, we can make it under here, and then this guy could go 1 here, and then 1 here, and maybe give it a little bit of a margin, and here it is. So here's this is the delete icon, and then we can go from here to here, give it a little bit of a margin, 1 and 2, and here is the other case where we have these text views. So this one is going to be the alcohol percentage. Okay. Okay. Continue. It's the alcohol percentage. This one is going to be the size. Okay, and then this one is the date added, right? And this one is going to be delete. Okay, cool. So we have all of these. We know that the constraint layout, we need to shrink it, right, to wrap content. So basically the height needs to wrap content so that it looks like this. Now we go in and add a card view, right? So I'm going to add a card view, right? I'm going to just add it here somewhere, and then I'm going to go to the code. And what I would like to do is to make the card view the parent. So basically I'm going to cut this from here, go all the way up, add this here, and the card view needs to be the parent. So basically I close it like this, and then I'm going to move the constraint layout to be inside the card view. Okay, so we're going to do this, Control X, Control V. It's not happy because it needs the namespace. So I'm going to cut the namespace from here, and I'm going to paste it here. So you see here, I just made the card view the parent, and then the height for this is wrap content. Similarly, the height for this guy is wrap content, and then when you look at the design, there is a card view somewhere here, but you see it's not showing the card view per se because you need to have some kind of a margin. So basically for the card view, I'm going to add a margin of, let's say, 6 dp. When you go back here, you see, pushed it in a little bit, you could see the card view. You could see the card view effectively, and you could see the shadow, right, the card view creates. Perfect. So you have the card view, you have a constraint layout, and then inside it we have the layout that we displayed here. Good. So now we have that. Okay. Now in view drinks, basically all we have to do now is implement the an adapter. Okay. So we have a class, we call it drinks adapter, and it extends the recycler view dot adapter, and the adapter needs a view holder. And then inside it here, we'll create a class. We'll call it drink view holder. Extends recycler view dot view holder. Okay, here we are. We go in and we implement the required method. We take the view holder from here. We put it in the generic here. Options enter to import the class. Now it asks to implement methods, and here are the methods. Now we first do the count. The count is straightforward. It's the drinks. So basically the count is drinks.size, right? mdrinks.size. Here's the drinks. Now, as for the this side here, I am going to use binding. So basically this is, I didn't do that in the previous in-class video, but I'll show you how to use view binding here. So basically I would like to inflate a layout, right? So basically what I could do is, I know that the layout is called, that we just created, is called drink row item, right? So what I'm going to do is, drink row item is what I'm going to do. So basically it is called drink row item binding. Is binding, okay, equals drink row item binding dot inflate get layout inflator, okay, parent and false. The same process that we do with the inflator. Now we have the binding, right? So now I'm going to change this. Instead of it passing on the constructor for the view holder, instead of passing on a view, I'm going to pass a binding, which is the drink row item binding, drink row item binding, and I'm going to pass a binding. Okay, and I'm going to store that binding inside the view holder, right? So here, call it the M binding, all right? And basically the super, which is the view holder, it's expecting a view. So basically the view, I can get the view binding dot get root is the view, and then m binding equals binding, the binding that I have. So basically I will use binding this way. So basically what I will do is binding. Now I change the constructor to receive a binding, and then all I'm going to do is new here, and I'm going to pass it the binding. Cool. So now the beautiful thing about using the binding now is that I could, when I don't have to find view by ID at all, right? So basically here I need public void setup UI, and let's see what we're going to send over here. Okay. So here we are going to set up the UI, and basically we need to handle the deletion. So that's why anyway, so let's say we want to get the drink first, the drink that they selected. So this is the drink, or the drink that you want to draw, the row for that drink that you would like to draw. How do we get it? We do mdrinks.get at position. That's the drink. So basically setup UI, we're going to send it a drink. All right. And then basically once you send it the drink, so basically we're going to call it like this, holder.setup UI, and we send it the drink. Now when we are here, we just go and set up the contents, the whatever we want to display here. So basically we're going to say, for example, the binding, mbinding dot, you see here, for example, the text view percentage dot set text, and we're going to do string dot value of drink dot get the alcohol percentage, and we're going to say percentage, right? Percentage alcohol, right? So that's this, what we're doing here. And similarly, mbinding dot text view the alcohol size dot set text string dot value of drink dot and size, here it is, plus, and we'll do Aussie, here it is. Okay, we're good here. And then similarly added on mbinding dot text view added dot set text string dot value of drink dot added on dot to string. All right, so, and you can use a formatter and so on. I keep on saying that, but you can easily figure this out. Anyway, so here it is, and the plus, and say added on, added, and here we go. All right, so cool. So we did do all of that stuff. The deletion, in order to handle the delete, we need access to the root view. So basically we can do it here, mbinding dot get root dot set on click listener new on click listener. So basically, we don't need it to the root. Basically we do it for the image view delete, image view delete, set on click listener, and so on. Now we would like to delete. The problem is with deletion is that we need to tell it which one we want to delete, right? So basically to delete, we need to do some logic here, right? So to do delete. Okay, we'll come back to this. All right, so now let's go back to here. Now how do we set up the view hold? So basically we do the binding dot recycler view dot set layout manager new horizontal, the layout manager get context, so that, or get activity. All right, so here we are with the recycler view binding. We need an adapter. So basically I need the adapter that we just created right now, which is the drinks adapter. Drinks adapter, here it is. So we need to create an adapter, new drinks adapter. Okay, here we are, and then binding dot recycler view dot set adapter to adapter. So basically we can set up it such that the adapter is okay here. So we run it, let's see. It's not happy, button cancel, there is add drink, there is button cancel. So basically when you changed it, I think it button close, anyway. So it seems that it changed it everywhere because it was the same ID, same thing here. Okay, button close. Okay, we run it again. All right, so we go back, here we are. Set this, here is 150, set the weight, add drinks, view drinks, and here we are. We can see both of the drinks we added. Now to handle the delete, we're going to figure it out, but you see you can add a drink, let's say we add 12 Aussie and a 28. View the drinks, and you can see here the 12 Aussie 28. Okay, cool. So we are able to visualize them. We're able to see them here, and it looks okay. Now what we'd like to do is to do the sorting. In order to do the sorting, let's think about what we need to do. So usually when you do this kind of sorting, and we have this array, make sure that the array is the same array. So we can handle the deletion easily, because what I could do is what we did before is that m drinks, we do delete, but for order to delete, I need to figure out which one to delete. So basically, in order to delete, I need to tell it which one to delete. So either I store the position or I store the object. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to store the object. I already have the object here, so let me store the object in the view holder, drink, and I call it the m drink. Here it is. And then I'm going to say here, when you tell me to set up the UI, I'll say m drink equal drink. And then when you want to delete, I'll say m drinks dot remove, and I pass it the drink that I'd like to remove, right? Now when I delete that drink from here, I need to tell the adapter. So I'll do the adapter dot notify data has changed. Can I do it from here? Notify data has changed. You see, because it's inside the adapter. You know, this is an inner class to the adapter. Okay, so that's why I could. It's always more efficient to use blah, blah, blah. So basically, anyway, I could tell it notify data has changed, so that now it's going to redraw, right? But before I do that, I can check to see if the mdrinks dot count dot size is equal to 0. Then I will do mListener dot close. Else I'll just notify data has changed. So it's to redraw. Make sense? So now let's see. We run this. We set the weight. Here it is, 150. Set the weight. And then I add a drink. Here it is. Add another drink at 5. Add another drink at 12. And then I go to view drinks. These are the drinks. Now notice something. When I click this one, it deletes it. When I click this one, it deletes it. Now when I click this one, the size will be equal to 0, and it should notify, it will close the view drinks. So go that, and it closed it. Okay? So we took care of the delete, and notice that the on-click listener is handled inside the view holder, right? So now we're done with this view holder. So basically now let's have a look at how do we do the sorting. Okay, so how do we do the sorting? So it's straightforward. So basically what we need to do is, inside the method here, we just need, let's say, to respond to this click, to the click on sort by alcohol percentage. So here it is, binding dot image view, let's say in ascending order, set on click listener new, view on click listener. Okay, so when you click on that button, okay, this button for example, we want to respond. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to use collections.sort, m drinks, and then new comparator. And basically here, this is drink 1 and drink 2. So there's drink 1, drink 2. And then the comparator returns a positive if drink 1 is greater than drink 2, and returns a negative number if it's less than, and 0 if they are equal. So basically we're going to just subtract the get alcohol from here, and subtract d2.get alcohol from d2.get alcohol, and return it as an integer. So we need to cast it as an integer. You know, if D1 alcohol is greater than D2, then it's going to return a positive number, telling it that D1 is bigger than D2. And if it's less than, it's going to return a negative number. If they are exactly equal, then it's going to be equal. That's the alcohol percentage. After you sort, you need to tell the adapter, notify the adapter that the data has changed. All right. So that's this. Now let's run this. That's ascending. Okay, so now we set here, let's do this, and this is by alcohol percentage, just keep that in mind. Add a drink, it doesn't matter the size, we're looking at the alcohol percentage. Let's say here we'll make it, let's say we keep it at 12, okay. Add another drink, or let's say 1, and maybe we keep this one as 26. Add another drink, make it, let's say 4%. Add another drink and make it, let's say 24%. When I go view drinks, you see that 12, 26, 4, and 24, there is no order. When I click on this one, you see they are sorted in ascending order. Now, descending order, exactly like ascending order, but we just have to flip which one we subtract from which, right? So basically we do this, or I can just do, I can multiply by -1, Let's take this. So basically I can do something like this here and do -1 times this, -1 times this. That takes care of this case, and then I go here and say image view descending. All right, so we go run this again. Let's add some drinks. Where it is, 150. Set weight, add drink, add a 12, add another one, let's say at 22, add another one at, let's say, 28, add another one at, let's say, 4, at 2. Go view drinks. Here they are. Now when I click on ascending order, they are in ascending order. When I click on this one, they are in descending order. Ascending, descending, ascending, and descending. The other one is based on date added. Very similar. I'm going to copy this from here to here. No, let me do it in a little bit different. Binding dot image view and date in ascending order dot set on click listener new on click listener. So now date in ascending order, basically I'll do collection dot sort again, collections dot sort, and I'm going to do it the m drinks, and I'm going to pass it the new comparator. Now I'd like to compare dates. So what I'm going to do is, let me call this D1 and this is D2, and basically what I'm going to do is D1 dot get added on, which is a date, dot compare to. Okay, so the compare to here is expecting another date, which is D2 dot get added on. So basically what I'm doing right now is that I'm using this get added on has a method. Get added on returns a date. The date has a method called compare to, which allows you to compare a date to another date. Right, see here, if you hover over, it compares another date, compares two dates for ordering, right? So basically, and then I pass it the other date, and then I'm using the compare to method for the dates. Now this means that I'm now able to sort in ascending order by date of addition. Similarly, I'm going to do the same thing, but for sort in descending order by date, right? Descending order by date. And basically, I'm just going to multiply by -1 times this. And that takes care of the descending order situation. Now, when I run this, let's see. Okay, so now let's add some. So let's set the weight, 150. Set add drink. Here it is. I'm going to add 1. Add another drink. Let's say 5 with that. Add another drink, 12 with this. Add another drink. Here it is. Here we are. View the drinks. And basically you see that these are the dates when it's added. If you look at date in descending order or in ascending order, here it is in ascending order. Of course I added them seconds apart. You could see 38, 41, 44, 48. When I do the other one, oh, I'm not calling, see, I'm doing the same mistake. I'm not calling adapter.notify data has changed, so that the adapter can redraw. And similarly here, adapter.notify data has changed. Let's run this again. And set, here is 150. Set the weight, add some drinks. Here's add another drink, add a smaller number, add another drink, add a bigger number, add a drink at, let's say here, let's say somewhere here, and then go to view drinks. Here they are. You see they are added 29, 31, 35, 41 seconds apart, right? Now when I click on in descending order, you see the order is switched. Here it is. And then when you click on it again, it shows in ascending order. You can also sort by alcohol, percentage, up, down, and so on. And close, and it's good. View drinks, you can delete. And you can delete the last one, and it goes back again. So yeah, it's straightforward. I just used recycler views to do the sorting and recycler views to display things. Please let us know if you have any questions. Thank you.